Is Apex Legends going to kill Fortnite? This Sunday, Shroud capped off in an 11-hour stream like any other day. But this stream was special. Shroud reached numbers that I only thought was possible with Fortnite.
Bro, there's so many people here. I just looked at my viewer count. 125,000 viewers.
Shroud has always been a consistent streaming force, but Apex changed the game for everyone. Every streamer was dropping into Kings Canyon and having fun. This resulted in Fortnite's worst viewing weekend in recent memory. Shroud himself had more viewers than everyone who was streaming Fortnite, including Tfue. Apex burst onto the scene and has the same magical effect that Fortnite had. Is Apex going to be the Fortnite killer? Apex is a fantastic game. The game looks and feels amazing. The gunplay is intense and makes you feel alive. The map doesn't even seem buggy. Don't get me started on the movement. It's incredible. Everything is fluid, intuitive, and smooth. You can jump around the map with no fall damage while sliding down every hill you see. The ping system, revolutionary. I have never used anything like it. You could ping anything in the game. Developers apparently had to play for weeks without talking to each other to create the system. Most importantly, Apex doesn't have a barrier for entry. The game is entirely free, and you could shoot your weapons just like everybody else. You don't have to spend countless hours building in playgrounds like you have to in Fortnite. You always have a fighting chance in Apex. Another reason why Apex Legends is here to stay is because of Respawn Entertainment. Respawn has a great reputation of releasing fantastic games. They introduced the Call of Duty franchise and created the cult favorite Titanfall series. There's one big problem with the developing though. Respawn is backed by EA. While we don't know what the game will look like in a year, Respawn has repeatedly said that EA will not touch their product. EA is notorious for screwing things up. Remember when Battlefront 2 was supposed to be a fantastic game? What a disaster. Sure, maybe EA has learned from their mistakes, but let's not take any chances with Respawn's Battle Royale. The success of Apex has already pushed Fortnite to make changes across the board. The Valentine's Day patch, or the Apex Response patch, dropped the morning of February 14th. Boy, was it a big patch. Let's start with the gameplay change. Pop-up cup settings are moving to default playlists. This is a massive change to Fortnite and basically changes everything about the game. It's now incredibly rewarding to remain aggressive the entire game. You could go after kills and remain topped off by playing smart. Everyone has been asking for more pop-up cups. I'm not so sure anyone expected them to put the settings into the actual game. Item-wise, Epic actually made some great decisions. They added a new weapon, but most importantly, they didn't add any game-breaking items. The two biggest item changes were nerfs to the rocket launcher and the hand cannon. The rocket launcher will now only spawn in loot crates. Hallelujah. Gone are the days of dying off spawn to a lucky player with a rocket launcher. You actually have to work to find one. This is a great change to the most oppressive weapon in Fortnite. While it still stays in the game, you need to be strategic about getting one, and it can't kill you early in the game. The hand cannon was overpowered. Look, I loved this gun. It ripped people to shreds and allowed me to surprise any enemy with a single click. I can still admit that a change was needed. The gun was just too broken. Epic has also changed turbo building. They simply sped up how fast you could turbo build. It's even harder to charge into a building or just damage someone while spraying. Players will actually have to think in a 1v1. The circle change Fortnite made was strictly for competitive play. You now have to move further, but you have more time to get there. From my perspective, I think it was made just to eliminate heal-offs. For controller players, a change was made to their aim assist. People rioted. Aim assist is in the game for a reason. Controller players will never be able to build like PC players. Nothing feels worse for a controller player than a player building to the sky and just shooting you on the ground. Aim assist gives them a fighting chance to fight back. In response, Epic already hotfixed the change, saying they completely missed the mark. This is fantastic. Quick changes to a miss on a patch shows how much Epic Games cares about the game. Fortnite also added some much needed bug fixes. The zipline change was long overdue as well. Kiss dying to a zipline bug goodbye. Lastly, the plane was nerfed again. The dreaded Stormwing can't even destroy buildings anymore. It's now just a rotation tool. Perfect change. With all of these great changes, there is still one pretty big stain on this patch: the new player. While it was difficult for a new, non-building player to succeed before, it seems almost impossible now. All of the aggressive players will be full health and shield with the new pop-up cup rules. This is not a casual player update. It's probably the first patch ever that singled out pro and competitive players and tried to improve their experience. Epic finally made a choice. They care about their hardcore players. Time will only tell if the changes will leave new players in the dust. You'll be lying to yourself if you think Epic would make all of these changes if Apex didn't exist. Both games are good for each other. They will push each other to new heights. Fortnite has never had a threatening competitor. PUBG, Call of Duty, Realm Royale, and CSGO all could not stand to the might that is Fortnite Battle Royale. Every flaw is painfully accepted because there are no other choices. Epic Games could do whatever they want because they had a stranglehold on the gaming community. Apex is Fortnite's first true competitor, and boy does it stand up to it. Everyone loves the game. It had one of the most successful drops I have ever seen, and look, it isn't even early access. Respawn just released the complete game with almost no advertisements. It works when you release such a fantastic game. The game was literally a same-day release, same-day announcement, and it was successful. If the public heard that EA was releasing a free-to-play Battle Royale, how do you think they would react? You already know that answer. Competition is good for gaming. It holds companies accountable for all of their decisions. Epic Games now has to think before flipping their entire game upside down. Some video games stand the test of time. Everyone knows about them and plays them. They become a pillar of the gaming world. To become a pillar, you need to beat the competition. League of Legends has had their fair share of competition. World of Warcraft has had to beat over 10 MMORPGs. And in the same way that Fortnite dethroned PUBG overnight, Apex is here to return the favor. Fortnite and Apex are two different games. Make no mistake, there is a spot for both of them. League of Legends and Dota 2 get along just fine. Maybe Fortnite and Apex can do the same.
Fortnite is not going anywhere. Fortnite is a very unique game. It's a very unique battle royale. The combat system in this game is unmatched in other battle royales, okay? It also offers an extremely fun and open creative mode and multiple game modes, and it is the most accessible game in the world as far as playing on PC, mobile, console, Switch. It's everywhere. It's interconnected. It's got the infrastructure. It's got the player base. Fortnite is the biggest game in the world right now. It is not going anywhere.
Just like Cypher PK said, Fortnite is a unique game. Nothing else is like it. Plenty of people love the building. It's where they can actually outskill other players, not relying on their own aim. Fortnite has solidified themselves in the Gaming Hall of Fame. Apex Legends isn't there yet because who knows where the game will be in a year. In a perfect world, both games will push each other to new heights. Apex is already taking hints from Fortnite. They plan on releasing new maps, new champions, and even a battle pass in March. On the other hand, Fortnite's strategy clearly works. Both games should look to each other for improvements. Games constantly one-upping each other is always a good thing for gamers. Apex is the first true foil for Fortnite. While the building battle royale has looked unbeatable, Apex topped Fortnite in viewership on Twitch for more than 10 straight days. This is the first time that has ever happened. Apex has brought more life into the gaming world. Exciting things will come. My name is Tim for ProGuides. Thanks for watching. If you want to get better at Fortnite, check out ProGuides.com. It's now free. Remember to like and subscribe and comment on if you actually think Apex Legends is a competitor of Fortnite. I'll see you guys next time.
Here we come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Yeah, here we come. come.